I'm in Opelika and I'm going to go over here to this marker. Pretty interesting thing that happened here in Opelika. I didn't know about it until a couple of years ago, but hopefully you can hear me over all the traffic. There's this marker. I'm going to go ahead and read it to you. Camp Opelika, World War II prisoner of war facility, located on the 800-acre site, was an enemy prisoner of war camp constructed of Camp Opelika. Began in September 1942. The first prisoners captured by the British were part of General Irwin Romel's Africa Corps. The camp prisoner population was maintained at about 3,000 until the end of World War II in May 1945. In September 1945, the camp was deactivated and deeded to the city of Opelika. For a brief period, the camp quarters were used for veterans housing before the site became an industrial park. The city of Opelika has a rich and varied history. Much of the city's history has to do with the Native Americans who lived here, the Civil War, and building a city on agricultural, railroad, and industry. One such industry played a crucial role in World War II. In 1928, Fritz Flummer invented magnetic tape for audio recordings in Germany during World War II. This invention would prove to be of great importance to the Nazis. Nazi spies transmitted secret information with magnetic tape. These reels were smuggled into locations all over Europe by German spies and aided the Third Reich in advancements. This essentially made it a highly prized material to the U.S. Army intelligence officials. The United States would eventually intercept the magnetic tape, and American intelligence officials were quickly able to transfer secret Nazi information to U.S. military officials. They eventually used the German-made product for espionage to help stop Nazi forces. In 1945, John Herbert Orr was part of the group of top United States Army intelligence officials who were investigating the technology of magnetic tape. He would later bring this knowledge of magnetic tape back to Opelika, where he formed Radio Industries or Ortronics, which produced the lubricated tape used to tape systems and some of the world's very first commercial, home, automotive, video, audio, and computer tape. In 1959, Radio was purchased by the company Ampex. Ampex in Opelika was shut down many years ago and is now no more than a hollow building that stands at the end of Alabama Highway 169 as you reach Marvin Parkway in Opelika. The building served as a ghostly reminder of the industry that once was the industrial heart of Opelika. The same area was once the heart of another location prior to Ampex. Oddly enough, the very industry that was built on captured Nazi intelligence was built on the property that was once a German prisoner of war camp. In September 1942, Camp Opelika was built on an 800-acre area to house enemy prisoners during World War II. The camp was able to support some 3,000 enemy troops. Upon entering the camp, 2 large wire fences enclosed the facility, with guard towers situated at the front, right, and the left corners. In the middle and in the area in the rear of the camp on either side, the camp was equipped with 3 rows of prisoner barracks, which was roughly 113 barracks shared by enemy troops. The first 2 rows of barracks also included a mess hall and latrine, with the last row featuring only 1 latrine. On the opposite side of the prisoner barracks was the POW infirmary, located just inside the main gate. Warehouses for supplies and shop parts were located in the front, along with the fire department, horse stalls, a lumberyard, and even a baseball field. The guards' quarters, the guards' mess hall, a theater, the military police and their quarters, the camp commander's quarters, and a latrine were located in the middle. And in the rear, very rear of the camp, the officers' club, nurses' quarters, and officers' mess hall could be found. The camp also included a library, a chapel, a barber, and a 400-acre vegetable garden and farm. The first prisoners arrived at Camp Opelika in June 1943 from Boston, Massachusetts. Most of them were captured in Africa. By June 1945, the camp totaled 3,012 men. Unlike at most POW camps, the conditions at Camp Opelika were very good. Prisoners were treated well and had many freedoms that other POWs did not. They were allowed to partake in activities like theater, where they learned music and put on small stage arts. They played sports like baseball and kickball. They were treated to holiday services, including Christmas and Easter, and were allowed to practice their religious beliefs. They worked in the camp fields and were paid 80 cents per hour when working and 10 cents a day when not. There was a post exchange located at Camp Opelika where prisoners could spend their earnings on items like cigarettes, stationery, drinks, and other items not provided to them by the camp. Camp officials praised the men in their fair behavior and overall work ethic. They wasted little, according to camp records, and were very fond of bread and potatoes. The prisoners were also educated at Camp Opelika. According to official camp records, the prisoners were taught biology, chemistry, science, geography, and bookkeeping, and were also being taught English and French. However, within the camp, there were more than a few rebellious prisoners and even an escape. 2 prisoners escaped from Camp Opelika, but were later apprehended in Montgomery by the FBI. Approximately 10 prisoners within the camp were the source of some unruly behavior. The camp commander requested their removal from the camp on several occasions for many infractions, like threatening physical harm to other prisoners and even trying to organize an uprising within the camp. These same troublemakers also made complaints that they were being treated unfairly due to some Polish prisoners being housed among the German prisoners. They argued that the Arabs are confined in the same compound with the master race, and they believed the camp was withholding their mail. They also felt as if they were being disrespected by having to wear the prison uniforms marked with the letters PW. Camp Opelika closed in December 1945, and the remaining prisoners were sent to Fort Benning, Georgia, just 35 miles away across the Chattahoochee River. The area has changed much over the years, and time has all but erased the once bustling camp that existed here. Only a few camp buildings still remain. So that's Camp Opelika. Pretty cool that we had prison war camp here in Opelika, Alabama. I had not known that actually growing up. I saw it a couple years ago. But anyway, there's also a ghost story related to this place, so I'll probably do a separate video and tell the ghost story. But anyway, just covering a little bit of Opelika history. Appreciate you watching. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, and comment, please. Thanks for watching.